All your favorite wrestling shows rolled into one. Welcome to the We Book It podcast. Let's start the show.
Welcome in, everybody, to a brand new episode of your Sunday Night Stunner. That's right. It is the We Book It podcast right here on the We Book It network. And this is your Sunday Night Delight episode. Listen, I'm your host, Virgil here, the former booking world champion. But guys, I am in the presence of greatness, sheer dominance. Let me list off the amount of accolades. He is the host of your Raw Dog Monday Night podcast. That's right. He also happens to be one of the best damn baseball minds in the game today. He also represents Mizzou anytime that he can. He also, guys, got a clean sweep of the Crown Jewel PLE to dethrone the former champion Tank and now become your two-time booking world champion. Guys, my man Coachman is here with me tonight. What's up, Coach?
Virgil, first off, thank you for that wonderful introduction. It was a hard-fought battle. For folks that weren't watching or want to paint a picture, it was a fatal five-way between the five of us. Frito's eliminated himself pretty early. He was, let's be honest, he was drunk already. Yeah, so he eliminated himself pretty early. And then while me and Tank were battling in the corner, we had Virgil and Sir Claudius battling, and Virgil threw Sir Claudius over the top rope to eliminate him, and now it was just down to three. And while Tank was over on the side, I came in. It was me and Virgil one-on-one. And my friend, I'm sorry, I had to pin you 1, 2, 3 for the count. It came down to that tag team match.
Yeah.
And, sir, it was a good one.
Yes, sir. So we crowned a brand new booking world champion, that being Coachman. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to Tank. His first reign was honestly not that bad outside of him constantly messing with me. As you know what, as long as Sir Claudius didn't win, I'm actually okay. I'm all good. So, because fuck him. I mean, it just is what it is, like I said. So as long as he didn't win, it's all good. Like I said, I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. You were a great booking world champion before you are one of the greatest minds that I know. So like I said, and you get this right with the picking a lot, man. Like I said, so I listen to you when you do our Raw Dog Monday Night show, and a lot of the things that you think about or the things that you kind of plan or try to paint the picture of a path to go, a lot of times that stuff ends up happening. So like I said, Coach knows his stuff, guys. So like I said, when you're listening, make sure that you listen and pay attention, because he knows what he's talking about when we are talking in the We Book It. When we are booking picking our winners and losers for these matches, because he knows what he's talking about.
That's high praise. That's high praise.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. With that being said, Crown Jewel was the perfect rebound from WrestlePalooza. Crown Jewel to me literally epitomized everything that WrestlePalooza was supposed to be, but just could not live up to because of the hype. Great show, only 5 matches, but so much drama in between the matches, and they all advanced storylines to keep you guessing on what's going to happen on this week's television. What did you think overall, and what grade did you give?
I thought overall, obviously so much better than WrestlePalooza.
Sure.
Like 10 times better. But overall, I think it was really solid. I think my one complaint about it would be the Stephanie and Tiffany match, because of how short it was.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are upset that the street fight actually went longer than it was supposed to.
Sure.
And that took away from their time, because you don't want to take away time from Styles and Cena.
No, you can't.
Especially after that masterpiece that we witnessed.
Oh, yeah.
So it is a little sucky in that perspective. And I think the street fight could have been, maybe I'm nitpicking here, I think it could have been a little bit better, but still not bad. How long it took, though, is what I didn't like about it. And then it taking away from Tiffy and Stephanie. But, Cena and Styles. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time.
Yep.
And, I literally woke up to a notification saying that Crown Jewel was starting. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just have it on. I'll kind of listen. I'm not going to pay much attention. I kind of was listening to the commentary, watched a couple moves. But the minute Cena and Styles started, I was up, I was ready, I was on the edge of my seat watching. Literally, I was on the edge of my bed watching that match, and they said it perfectly at the end there. It was a love letter to wrestling fans.
Yeah.
The TNA references, the Bullet Club reference, just everything in general. The references to these guys' greatest rivals that they faced. It was perfect.
Yeah. And you know what? It's great because it did need a build. AJ was honestly right when he said this match doesn't need a build, because there is the story is already there. These are two of the greatest of all time in the ring for the very last time. One is retiring at the end of this year. One is retiring next year. Like I said, you understand that you won't see this for much longer. And so that helps you be able to appreciate exactly what they did in the ring and the match that they put together, and the paying homage to Randy Orton, the paying homage, to Samoa Joe, the paying homage, to all the different athletes that were some of their greatest rivals that they had to fight all throughout their careers. And they went out there and they put on one hell of a match, man. And match of the night. John Cena has two matches this year that are very, very capable of being match of the year candidates. This match, and then obviously his second go around with Cody, was, like I said, was again a match of the year quality between those two, the SummerSlam match. So again, you look at this and you realize that you only have 4 dates left of John Cena being in wrestling. And like I said, it's sad, but it's also exciting because of what the fans are, hinting at or wanting for, and Triple H is giving in. I mean, he's listening to the fans. I mean, they like I said, they're giving the fans what they want. And like I said, this AJ Styles match was not scheduled to happen. They flipped the script, and that match was given to the fans because the fans wanted that match, and John Cena got behind it. So it was beautiful.
Yeah, and also, I mean, this is not to be a little negative about it, but it also just makes that WrestlePalooza match with Lesnar pointless.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, pointless to begin with, in a way, but
yes,
now it just makes it even more pointless. There's no
why would you sacrifice one of John Cena's dates just to make Lesnar look like the monster we already know that he is?
Yeah.
I could see if that went to somebody like Obafemi that did something like that. Like, that's how you bring Obafemi on the roster. Like I said, by beating John Cena, but and Lesnar's kicked John Cena's ass plenty of times. Like, John Cena, I think only beat him once out of their whole careers. So, I mean, it didn't do much for me. And then the story's dead now because Lesnar is the questions are, is Lesnar with Heyman and what are they doing? It has absolutely nothing to do with anything with Cena. Cena's moving on to something different.
Yeah, it just pointless stuff. And then continuing with Crown Jewel, the recap, I thought the tag team match between Rhea, Io, and the Kabuki Warriors was really solid. Crowd was hot during that match, and rightfully so, because Rhea's in her home country. And then even the main event with Seth and Cody, I thought that was what I liked about it was that these guys pulled off moves that we haven't seen before, or I guess higher intensity moves that they to like their finishers. I mean, Cody did a crossroads off the turnbuckle. Seth delivered a stomp from the turnbuckle. Seth did a coast to coast headbutt.
Yep.
Like that's the kind of matches where it's like that's the lay wrestling fan may not understand it, but the guys that know the psychology of it, that's telling a story of they know that they can't beat this guy one-on-one. They have to, with their normal moves, they have to expand and get a little crazy. Yeah. And that's why it delivered so much with that in that match. It was because they delivered moves that they knew weren't going to get the job done. They had to step their game up.
Absolutely. And you know what? I always loved matches like that. Originally, matches like that where they go all out were scheduled for like WrestleMania. Like those were the moments where you did the false finishes, where you did like, oh man, like I've never seen The Undertaker go to the top rope before. He's pulling out all the stops to try to beat Batista, and like he's going to the top rope to try to beat him, and then Batista spears him in the air or spears him through a table immediately. Like, I mean, you know, those types of things that you saw were reserved for WrestleMania. So to see them pull it out at Crown Jewel, I know. This pay-per-view did more to make that men's Crown Jewel championship mean something than last year's by far.
Yep.
Cody's the inaugural, and everybody kind of figured he was going to get it. You know, like I said, and there's a story to tell there about how Gunther can't beat Cody or whatnot, and they'll tell that story one day when those two fight. I mean, that could be a WrestleMania match in itself, Cody versus Gunther. Like I said, because he's been off TV for far too long. You know, like I said, so you know he'll be coming around soon, especially with we're ending the year and we're going to start the move towards the Royal Rumble. But you know, this match meant something. Seth walking and talking to the camera after as the PLE is going off, where he's telling him he's the king of this shit. And you know what I'm saying? And he does this, that he told you guys. He's in the camera talking this mess, kind of how Roman was like 2 years ago, you know, where he was like, I'm tired. I'm head and shoulders above everybody else. Like he cut that extra promo, like Seth cut his I'm head and shoulders promo, as what I'll call it, I guess, referred to it as, but like his head and shoulders promo, you know, where he was just like, I'm the king of this. I'm the best. The vision isn't for me. That's for them. I don't need them. They need me. Like I said, and you know, and that's telling the story in and of itself, because eventually these dudes are going to turn on Seth Rollins. Like that's going to happen. Yeah, like they're cool with him now and they're part of the vision now, but the vision is going to end up turning on Seth Rollins. He's going to end up going back babyface again. I mean, it just that's just what's going to happen, you know.
Or do you think that the Bronze are going to be the baby faces?
Well, in order for the Bronze to be the baby faces, Seth would have to turn into a maniacal asshole, which he's very capable of being.
Right.
It just kind of depends. I mean, like I said, Bronson Reed beating Roman Reigns, pinning Roman Reigns, is huge for his career. Roman Reigns being willing to take that pinfall for him gives back to the business and allows Bronson to be a big time player. And what's crazy is this little feud that those two have going on, you could have just as easily made that Braun Breaker.
Yep.
And it would have made just as much sense, because Roman Reigns, for lack of better terms, I mean, I know we refer to Cody as QB1 and he's the top guy and all this other stuff. Which the other story that they're going to tell on SmackDown is Randy kind of looking at Cody like, you lost, bro. Like, technically Seth's QB1 now. What do we do from here? Like, you know, like where do we go from here, kid? Like Randy's still looking at Cody like he's that kid, you know? Yeah. Versus, like I said, but on the Raw side, Braun Breaker, you clearly could tell, is going to be a major player. This is probably the last WrestleMania where he's on the undercard. After this, once they do the split up with the Vision, he's going to be fighting for the world title. I mean, that's just what it is. Bronson Reed is a little different. I don't know where he goes once the Vision breaks up, but I mean, he's had some stellar matches under them.
I would not be surprised if after this PLE, maybe not Survivor Series, but maybe Saturday night's main event is coming up in a couple weeks. I wouldn't be surprised if they schedule a tag team match for the championship with those two.
Please get the fucking belts off of the damn. Oh my gosh, bro. It's so annoying to watch them carry those titles and never defend them. Never.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't agree more.
I just it pisses me off so bad because I'm just sitting here like, bro, you never defend these titles. You've been champions now for I think like over 100 J's now, and you literally only had one title defense.
Yep.
One. What's the point of giving them the belts? The New Day actually were doing something with them. At least they were cutting promos and meaning something.
Yeah, Raw tag team division is down bad. SmackDown tag team division's up.
I mean, yeah, absolutely, and that's another thing. The MFTs, coming out and resurfacing on SmackDown in Australia meant a lot too because they linked up with the Wyatt Six, and these guys are about to have an all-out war. Like, it's going to be nuts, and I can't wait.
Also, to our viewers that were watching the Friday night SmackDown Lowdown, Hoedown, Bring It Around Town, Man Down show on Friday.
Back it down, bring it around.
Yeah.
Lay it down.
I made a joke about the face paint that they came out wearing. That was ignorance on my part because after looking at it and doing some research, that was actually them paying homage to Tama Tonga and Tongaloa's Gorillas of Destruction days with the face paint. So I apologize for that mess up and that ignorance in the comment. So it makes more sense now with the face paint.
Yep. Absolutely. But it still was off-putting because, again, a lot of people don't know that,
Right.
Like I said, like they just don't know that's what they were doing. But I mean, if this is how they're going to look moving forward, I mean, fine. But like I said, you should have Cole or somebody give some backstory to the viewers at home on why they're wearing this, or have them cut a promo on SmackDown and ask why they're wearing this face paint or why they're doing what they're doing. So, yeah, it makes sense. Like I said, but all in all, Crown Jewel was a great PLE. Hopefully they build off of this. Saturday night's main event isn't considered a PLE. It's a glorified house show, except for the one with John Cena. That one's going to be major. But outside of that, Saturday night's main event is nothing more than a glorified house show. So, like I said, I don't count those. But so the next PLE will actually be Survivor Series, where Coach will defend his booking world championships. We begin to build to Survivor Series. And question, the problem we have here is Roman Reigns told his cousins that he doesn't want to see them till Christmas. That's specific. So if that's specific, not only is he back treating their lives, which is hilarious, but since that's so specific, I think that leads to you knowing or noticing that he's probably going to end up building his own team to War Games, and it will not include the Usos probably.
Right. And that is intriguing. I can get behind that, of him kind of doing the Cody-esque WrestleMania 40 story of building his Avengers team. Yeah. To go after. And I think that's people are talking about the character development with Roman. I think this will bring even more character development when he tries to recruit people and they're like, you've made my life or our lives hell during the COVID era or when you were in your title reign. Why should I join you?
Him having to go to CM Punk again, him having to go to LA Knight. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on. Like, come on. And then LA Knight and CM Punk don't get along. Those two been fighting.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's perfect. Perfect. The story that you're getting ready to tell of Roman Reigns having to go have conversations with people that he really doesn't want to have conversations with. He really doesn't like CM Punk. Like Joe and Phil may get along in the back. They may not get along in the back. But Roman Reigns does not like CM Punk. The only person that I would tell you Roman Reigns probably doesn't like as much as CM Punk is Cody Rhodes.
I'd say Seth Rollins more.
I think there's a love there. Like that's still his little brother. Like if push came to shove, if you lined the three of them up and you said, okay, Roman, you got to choose. I think he would rather be partners with Seth than those two. And I could be totally off on that. But then again, Seth literally did everything in his power to kill Roman Reigns' legacy or try to kill Roman Reigns' legacy with the bloodline and everything like that. And I mean, he literally joined Cody Rhodes. So you might be right in that. And then, of course, he'll never forgive him for ending the Shield.
Yeah, I think that's the whole point for Roman's character is he will never, even when he gets his revenge against Seth, like he did at WrestleMania 40, it's still not enough because if you think about it, that was Roman's first betrayal, the first time he was betrayed, and your first one always cuts deep.
Always.
And I think yes, he does hate Cody. I think there's a little bit of the respect angle there of like, okay, you beat me, I respect that, but I still don't like you.
Right.
And then who knows with CM Punk? I think he just hates him.
Yeah. I don't like you. I don't like anything about you. I don't like your attitude. I don't like how you talk. Everything like that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, he was going ham on CM Punk when they had to negotiate for last year's War Games. Like, could you imagine trying to put them two together again? Like, but this time it's for the greater good of beating up Paul Heyman's guys. And now Paul Lee has to go and recruit another dangerous alliance to go to War Games. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. But yeah, man, we're going to click over to we're also going to talk about some other stuff coming out of news coming out of this week, out of a newsworthy weekend. But first and foremost, we got to watch who to watch for in wrestling.
All right. So a lot of things happening right now in the wrestling world. And I'm looking towards, once again, the NXT world because there was some major news happening, and that includes an injury. And we're looking at the women's division for that. At a house show this past weekend, the NXT Women's Champion, Jacy Jayne, was injured during a match. Now, there are speculations that it is not as bad as they feared. However, there is also the rumors going around that it is as bad as they feared, to where she might have to relinquish that title. There has been no news yet, but the feeling is that there will be some kind of announcement Tuesday on NXT, which, fittingly enough, there is a battle royale for the number one contender for the NXT Women's Championship that will also be happening on NXT, which will include TNA knockout superstars. So that is very interesting to watch for there. As on the men's side, we did see Obafemi come back and into the house shows this week and was entertaining as ever. Doesn't seem like he's ready to go on to a rematch yet for some reason. But that is because of somebody else. And he's been causing some problems for the NXT men's division. And he's just trying to make a name for himself. But he's got a big match on Tuesday against a AAA superstar. That is one Lexis King. Because he actually battled with Obafemi in the house shows. And from what people have said, he held his own pretty well. So possible big things coming for Lexis King in the near future. We'll see if those rumors come to pass this Tuesday when he is in his singles match. So once again, NXT is doing some great things down there, and they're going to keep it going. I just know they will. And that's who to watch for this week in wrestling.
All right. So thank you so much for that. Who to watch for in wrestling, Coachman. Obviously, JC Jane is going to be heartbreaking if she has to give up that NXT championship, but that does open the door for another woman, for NXT to crown another women's champion. There's a lot of women in NXT, man. Like I said, I cover NXT every week. There's a lot of viable champions in NXT. Do you go ahead and give it to Jordan Grace? I mean, like I said, she's been moseying around there for a while. Lash Legend is somebody that they're very high on. And then of course, like I said, we all know who the obvious choice is. I still call her Mariah May, even though it isn't her name anymore. But like I said, but to me, she's Mariah May. She'll always be Mariah May. But I like I said, she's the obvious choice. Like she's where the brand is headed. Like I said, it's just, do you pull the trigger now or do you wait?
I think they're going to have her win. I think they're doing the Ricky Saints route with her. They're going to have her win the Women's North American title, have her have a run with that just to kind of test it out. Yep. And then once they feel good with that, then they'll make her the Women's NXT champion, because they are building a rivalry with her and Sol Ruca right now, which could mean that, I've heard rumors of this as well, is that Sol Ruca could be making a jump to the main roster as well.
Yeah, they have high hopes for Sol Ruca too. She'll definitely be in the Women's Royal Rumble match this year. Like I said, so I mean, like I said, so you'll see her there. But yeah, it's going to be very entertaining to see just what she can do. But yeah, from there, let us move over to our reactions to Bound for Glory. So the TNA side of things. So as you guys know, I've basically been covering NXT and TNA because the two have been blended, connected, tied at the hip for the better part of the last year and a half, really, ever since Joe Hendry showed up on or NXT. So far the results that we have. So let's just go down the list with the match card. The Knockouts World Tag Team Championships, the Inspirations versus the Elegance brand. That was on the pre-show. And then Hardcore War, which was Order 4 versus the System.
That was a great match, by the way.
Yeah. Gia Miller versus Tessa Blanchard. And then we have the Call Your Shot Gauntlet match. And then TNA International Championship match. Here's my pick that's going to steal the show for the night. Javon Evans versus Leon Slater for the TNA X Division Championship. I mean, it just screams killer. Then the TNA Knockouts World Championship match, Indy Hartwell versus Kaylani Jordan. I don't think, which sucks for Indy because I think originally she was probably going to win the championship, but I don't think they're going to take that title off Kaylani Jordan, especially if Trick Williams is going to end up losing at the end of the night. I think they'll keep some NXT presence there.
Yeah, agreed.
And then obviously one final table, the Hardy Boys versus the Dudley Boys in a tables match for the TNA World Tag Team Championships, which I do think the Hardys are going to lose that match. And then the TNA World Championship match, Mike Santana versus Trick Williams. So so far, as of this recording, the Inspirations, which are the Iconics, basically, if you guys remember, the Inspirations are the new TNA World Tag Team Champions, Knockouts Tag Team Champions.
Oh no, they defended it. They were the champions
did I get that wrong?
Yeah, they had already beaten Ash by the Elegance brand beforehand.
Oh,
this was the
okay.
rematch.
It's a rematch. Got you. Oh, well, they defeated them again to retain their title. Sorry.
Yes.
And also in this one, TNA Legends, the Beautiful People, and Mickie James took their rightful place in the company's Hall of Fame before the first match of the evening. So like I said, that was a cool match too. Then the TNA International Championship match, which had Steve Macklin versus Frankie Kazarian, Kaz, as I like to call him, from his early TNA days when I was watching him on Spike TV. But Macklin defeated Kazarian to win the title, so he is the new TNA International Champion.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gia Miller versus Tessa Blanchard. People still hate Tessa Blanchard, and the reason why, obviously, I fully believe that people hating Tessa Blanchard is exactly why she's not in WWE right now, because you can't tell me that Tully has not called Triple H and been like, come on, like, she can't come. Like, you know her and Charlotte. Her versus Charlotte while Rick and Tully are alive. Like, that's money in itself. To like, come on. I don't know.
It's a sore subject.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so Gia Miller and Tessa Blanchard. Tessa Blanchard put her hands on Gia Miller. Gia Miller is actually an announcer. But she also has been training. And like I said, and been trying to fight and everything like that. So she did end up losing this match to Blanchard. Like I said, the story was strong, but the match wasn't that great.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course we got the Call Your Shot Gauntlet match. So Li Yang Lee, Mara Sade, Ryan Nemeth, Nick Nemeth, Cedric Alexander, Rich Swann, AJ Francis, Travis St. Williams, BDE, the Rascals, which is Zach Winch, Trey Miguel, and Myron Reed, Danny Luna, Eric Young, Jake Something, Rosemary, Hometown Man, Zach Clayton, Frankie Kazarian, Santino Marella, Matt Cardona, and then Mance Warner. So it was an annual intergender over the top rope battle royal for a title shot of the winners choosing, whenever and wherever they please. So, and of course, Nemeth and Kazarian were dual winners. So you already could tell if you know this, if you've seen this, both these dudes are heels. So if you see this, that easily tells you Mike Santana is winning the TNA World Championship, because both these men want the TNA World Championship. It's going to set up a triple threat match where Santana's the babyface and he beats both of them.
I will. After that result, the crowd was not too happy with that result. By the way, they were chanting some obscenities after they said that they were dual winners. They were not happy at all with that.
Mm-hmm. And understandably so. So, next up we had the Knockouts Championship match, which Indy Hartwell versus Kaylani Jordan. Obviously, Jordan defeated Hartwell to retain her championship. I still feel so bad for Indy Hartwell because
I know
it feels like she always gets the short end of the stick. Like her and Dexter Loomis had a great story going to NXT. She gets to call to the main roster. They do nothing with her. They end up shipping her out. She ends up going to TNA. She makes a new name for herself. She's also wrestling on the indies, making money. But like it always seems like she's like the bridesmaid, but never the bride, man. You know?
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
It's for her. Because she really is good.
She's great.
Yeah. So next up, Hardcore War, Order 4 versus the System. This match was won by the System. When Eddie Edwards delivered a barbed wire wrapped Boston knee party to the Order 4 leader for the win. So, like I said, it was a pretty decent match there. So, and I suspect
decent. I thought it was great. I loved it.
Well, like I said, I'm a little harder impressed with matches sometimes than you. But then again, you could be a tough critic too. Like I said, when you think something stinks, you let it be known.
I'll call it out. I'll call it out.
For sure.
When I'm just watching a match and I'm fully entertained, like even if it's like stupidity and like just pointless stuff, as long as I'm entertained with it, I'm gonna be bought in. And that was kind of what this match was. It was pointless in a way, but it was entertaining, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. And that's all you can ask for. That's all you can ask for. The Dudley Boys brought out Brother Runt with them, aka Spike Dudley.
We knew
for their final tag team match, as they are officially now retired.
So they lost to the Hardys.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of saw that one coming.
Yep. So yeah, Matt and Jeff put Bubba through the table. So the Hardys are still your NXT and TNA tag team champions. And we're getting ready for the main event now of Mike Santana versus Trick Williams for the TNA championship.
So I'll chime in here real quick, Virgil. I was reading a couple of reports or rumors from online. First off, before Bound for Glory went on air tonight, TNA had a kind of a locker room meeting with everybody.
Okay.
And they were told by ownership that a TV deal is almost finalized.
Nice.
So that's big. That is really big for TNA, and I'm very happy for them. I am curious to see where it is. I know a lot of people are saying maybe Peacock or NBC jumping in on board since there's already the partnership with NXT, which I think would be great because then hopefully we get some archives from TNA into the Peacock library with WWE, which would be amazing. But also, and this might just be one person saying it because this is who they asked one person, but a lot is riding on this main event tonight.
Really?
With Trick and Santana. Now, this could be a complete work, and this could be just a storyline to keep going forward. But according to one superstar backstage for TNA, said that if Mike Santana doesn't win tonight, then a lot of TNA wrestlers are going to be questioning why they're still doing this partnership with NXT.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
Too. Yeah, absolutely. I would too. I mean, like I said, it's great. It's been beneficial. The whole goal here, though, was to give guys TV time, but also to allow guys to be able to allow guys the opportunity to shine and to be their best selves. So, like I said, I mean, it doesn't make sense if TNA keeps getting beat by WWE. I mean, it looks selfish. It looks selfish for AAA too, and they own AAA, but still, AAA is still owned is still operating as a separate brand, and sometimes AAA needs to win. You know, AAA superstars need to win. So, yeah. I am very, very ready for that TV deal to be announced, and I hope it is announced here within the next week or so. And everything is signed to finalized. I know Triple H and Shawn Michaels probably have a part in helping TNA finalize that deal with Peacock so that they can, like I said, because I mean, putting TNA on a Wednesday night, game changer.
Yep.
Like I said, because you know Tuesday night is going to hype up Wednesday night, and you're going to continue to see this partnership, and they're literally going to try to ice out AEW. I mean, that's pretty much what's happening here. WWE is a full-scale assault trying basically to ice out their competition. They either buying up the other wrestling properties or they're icing them out. So,
yeah,
that's what's happening. One thing I did want to talk to you. The last thing, a couple. There's two things, but they kind of coincide. First and foremost, let's talk about the creative changes. It was announced that that WWE would be keeping Brian James as head of creative for SmackDown. If anybody doesn't know, Brian James is Road Dogg from DX. But Brian James kept his spot. But they were going to be making a lot of creative changes to the team as well as for the show. They were going to actually be bringing on new people to help with creative because they just wanted a fresher show. So the report reads, WWE is reportedly said to be undergoing creative changes to their team to improve the overall product. Road Dogg is to remain head of creative on SmackDown, but there are set to be additions to the team to make the show more enjoyable moving forward. This was first reported from Body Slam. What did you think of Friday Night SmackDown? Did you already feel changes, and did you enjoy the show?
I felt a little bit of change. And I think what it was just quality.
Okay.
I don't think it was anything like different of matches or anything like that. I think storyline-wise, everything was still the same, but the quality of the storytelling was a lot better. Because you know me, I'm more of the storytelling, character development guy for WWE. That's what always drew me in. Well, plus Hell in a Cell. I mean, come on, you can't go wrong with that. But
I mean, yeah.
But when it's not anything hardcore like that, I focus on the storytelling and the character development. And I was seeing Friday storytelling progressing.
Sure.
But in a quality way of like, okay, I'm bought in immediately with it and not like questioning, well, why would you do this? Like you could go this route or anything like that. I'll take the main event with Aleister Black and Damian Priest, Selena Vega joining Aleister Black. That's genius. That should have been done when he came back.
Absolutely.
At the very beginning, or at least mention it at the very beginning that that they're both married, because it creates intrigue in a storyline of like, ooh, could they do this? Could they do that? Not like, oh, well, why didn't they do that? It's right. It puts the fans' minds into a world of possibilities of good stuff. Of like,
and it gives her something to do. She's so talented. Like, she's talented on the microphone. She's intriguing. She can wrestle, and she's funny as hell. Like, she is real life funny, hilarious. Like, love watching her live stream sometimes because it's just so funny. Like she has such a great sense of humor, like for real, for real. So like, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't, yeah, I've never understood why they didn't do more with ZV.
Yeah. So I mean, just stuff like that. That's quality. It's simple storytelling, but it's adding layers to a story, and that's what I really noticed this last Friday, and I would even say the 2 Fridays ago too. They
Okay.
were adding more layers. It wasn't as prominent as it was this past week, but we're seeing progress. And I really think Raw needs more of that.
Yeah.
I think what they're doing with Dom right now, besides the inevitable drag out of the Judgment Day, but we're seeing character development with Dom. And that's adding layers. That's quality. I can get behind that.
Sure.
But just the other stuff is just kind of like, like, and I do like what they're doing, what they did with Seth beforehand, him questioning himself. Like, what if he can't beat Cody? I thought that was great. But, I mean, the stuff they're doing with Becky, that I'm not a fan of that. I think it's pointless. Although I did like Maxine getting the win. I like what they're doing with Bailey and her character development and how she's kind of dragging Lyra into it, which I think is good. But then also you have Raquel and Roxanne who are kind of doing the same thing over and over again when they need to be doing something different because they're starting to get stale character-wise, and that's not good for for their future, especially when they were just starting to get hot in their storytelling. Now we're back to being a stalemate.
Yep.
And then, of course, there's the tag team division, which we've already established. Is a hot mess. But yeah, I think Raw needs it more than anything, and people will disagree because of the star power that they have. But when you're actually diving into everything, it needs it. It needs something.
No, 1,000% agree. I think Raw has been more stale. To me, Raw has been more stale than SmackDown. Like I said, but SmackDown got the touch up first. I mean, like I said, so I guess it's probably USA telling them like, yo, we gotta figure something out here. You know, like I said, you got to make this product more enjoyable, more watchable. And to me, the biggest thing, you could talk about the tag teams, you could talk about character development, you could talk about all of that. Raw has to move past this main event scene. Like, fuck. I do not want to see Seth Rollins and CM Punk again, even though it's probably going to be booked for Saturday night's main event.
Oh, like, for sure.
Please make it a loser leave match, like I said, and move CM Punk to SmackDown. Please get him away from Seth Rollins. Get him away from the bloodline. Well, I mean, look, put him up against the MFTs. Put him up against, you know what I'm saying, Randy. Him and Randy could do a program together. I would enjoy that. You know, put him. Just God, please get him away from Seth Rollins. Please. I get it. I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, but like, make the stipulation, like, Punk, we do this one last time, and the loser leaves. The loser switches brands, you know, and literally, like I said, bring out the contract, and because then that also opens up a spot for you to make a trade from somebody from SmackDown that needs a new coat of paint to be able to go over to Raw, you know, and it just freshens everything up. But you got to change out this main event scene, like there's no need to do more CM Punk Seth Rollins matches, at least not right now. Give it a couple years. Let it breathe, man. You just killed us from the time Punk came back all the way until now. It's been Punk and Rollins. You added Drew in there, but now it's back to Punk and Rollins. You know, but before all we know, they beat and messed around and started back up Drew and Punk again on SmackDown.
Yep, I wouldn't put it past them on that.
So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. But the creative changes, I'm excited for. Also, another creative change that they've talked about. several talent have been requesting theme song changes for some time now, including Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. So it looks like WWE is finally beginning to listen to them, and we're starting to see some of the old themes come back, especially Shinsuke Nakamura coming back with his old theme, Rising Sun, on Thursday night. I'm sorry, on Friday Night SmackDown, which was really, really, really a great match. So.
Yes, I am just still waiting for the day to see on my Twitter feed, Def Rebel has been relieved of their duties.
Oh,
just waiting.
man.
Just waiting.
Just waiting for it. Like, come on, Def. Like, come on, get rid of them.
I mean, they have like one or two good ones.
Yeah.
And I'll give them credit for it. And ironically enough, they're both Bloodline members. But then after that, it's like they just phone it in.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Telepathic. You are saying Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu.
Yep, 100%.
Because they fucked up Roman Reigns' song.
Oh, yeah.
Man, they some stuff you just didn't need to touch. It worked how it was. Just didn't need to touch it.
Yeah, like, it's his new babyface music. Who cares? Like, Stone Cold didn't change his music when he was a face to a heel. It was the same the entire time.
Right.
Yeah, that was... We didn't realize it at the time when he returned at SummerSlam, but then after we realized they had changed it, it was stupid.
Yeah. Agreed. 1,000%, man. 1,000%. So, yeah. Let me see. Do we have any other topics for tonight?
And then there was some releases.
Oh, yeah. There we go. We did have to talk about the talent releases that happened. Wes Lee was the biggest of them all. It was a bunch of NXT talent. Apparently that's how they do things now. They cut from below, not necessarily the main roster talent outside of Andrade. But like I said, there was some NXT talent that was cut. Wes Lee being released as one of them. Also, WWE ID looks like it is ending already, even before it began. So that's kind of unfortunate because there's a list of talent that said that they are no longer a part of WWE ID. And then also Anoa'i. How do you say it? How do you say the last name?
Anoa'i, yeah, you had it.
Yeah. So Lance Anoa'i said that he has been released from WWE also. So Jen Tala and Wes Lee pretty much being the two biggest names that were released.
Yeah, and then the other releases, I mean, they were low-level wrestlers. I would even say, I think some of them were even on Evolve more than NXT. And I think that was kind of the selling point there is if you can't make it and Evolve, then we don't see a future for you, so good luck. Which, it's harsh, but I understand it.
Yeah.
And then the Wes Lee one, that one hurt because he was coming off of a great North American Championship run. He obviously lost to Oba.
Right.
That's fine. And then you built up the storyline with the Rascals, had him turn heel.
Yep.
Had him still in the main event scene.
Yep.
Like he should be in, especially after his title run. And then it was like after one match in the main event scene, you just threw him away.
And here's the thing. Wes Lee has been a part of NXT for a very long time. There are no NXT lifers.
Right.
Let's just put it to you this way. If the main roster eventually comes to a point when cut time comes, if the main roster does not have something for you or something planned for you, or Raw or SmackDown isn't saying, hey, we can write him in, we can do something with this guy, they're not going to bring you up.
Mm-hmm.
I think those days of bringing up talent just to bring up talent are done outside of Carmelo Hayes. So, like I said, but you know, I think guys are going to stay in NXT. Shawn Michaels obviously has a say, him and Matt Bloom, on who they decide to keep and who they want to get rid of. But I just don't think they had a spot for him, which is fine because he can go to AEW and he can flourish, or he might be in TNA, be back in TNA and do something with the Rascals again. You know, TNA may pick him back up. And like I said, and again, and if you're back in TNA, then you're technically still in WWE, you know?
Right.
So that's just how I look at it. I think it was nut cutting time. You need to cut some costs, some budget stuff. So like I said, they cut him and they just didn't have anything for him on the main roster. I mean, him and Tony D'Angelo are like probably the longest tenured NXT guys, you know, to me. Like I said, they just never got that call up, you know. We're still waiting on Tony D'Angelo to make his quote unquote, he's supposed to be making his debut on SmackDown. It never happened.
Right. That too. Yeah, doing budget cuts, you might as well cut those ticket prices while you're at it. Jeez.
Oh, good. Yeah, you ain't wrong.
I know.
You ain't wrong. You're not wrong at all. So, all right, y'all. Let's get to it. It's time for Frito's Fave 5.
Frito's Favorite 5. Sponsored with Virgil.
Ooh, I like that. Hey, Virgil, hit my music. Oh. Pop us in real quick. You guys are the best. And I'm going to give you our top 5 right now. First, coming in at number 5 on the list. The first talent that I want to talk about had themselves a really, really, really great match at Crown Jewel. First person, Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer in the one calendar year of 2025, NXT North American Champion, WWE NXT Champion, come over, wins the Women's World Championship. Then on top of that, wins the Crown Jewel Championship, all in the same calendar year. Triple H has put the rocket on her back, and we've got to give her credit for that. Next up, number 4, Big Bronson Reed picked up the victory against Roman Reigns, the biggest victory of his career. Roman Reigns paying it forward in the business and allowing Bronson Reed to get the win here. And listen, there is nothing nobody can do about it or say about it because it's totally worth it. He is one of the best. Next up, I want to give a shout out, but before I go to my next one, I want to give a shout out to Big E, who told this week on Stephanie McMahon's podcast that his career is basically behind him in ring. So big shout out to Big E on that one. I always wanted to mention, I meant to mention that as an honorable mention. Next up, I want to give a shout out to none other than Zelina Vega and her man, Aleister Black, for forming unity on television, beating Damian Priest. I love it. I love it. I love unity. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hopefully it leads to something more. And like I said, I'm hoping that they give Aleister Black a run with the championship because Lord knows he deserves it. Next up, coming in at number 2, we have to talk about him. We got to talk about Seth freaking Rollins. Finally scratching that itch, getting the monkey off his back. What do I mean? Seth Rollins has never beat Cody Rhodes before, up until Crown Jewel. At Crown Jewel, he finally got that monkey off his back. He beat Cody Rhodes, pinned him in the ring, 1, 2, 3, proving that he's the best. He is QB1, and this is his show, not Cody's show. And then last but not least, Coach, I know you're going to dock me points for this. Maybe you might not. You might agree with me. But I have to give number 1 spot to 2 guys. I have to give the number 1 spot to none other than John Cena and AJ Styles with their ode to wrestling, with the match that they chose and the match that they put together. They absolutely killed it. Wrestling fans all over showed their respect. Wrestling personalities showed all their respect. Literally, it was a beautiful moment for everybody. And this has been another Fritos, a Fave 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you give that Fritos Fave 5, sir?
You know, I don't like when we do A and B's.
I know.
With this. However, because of the masterpiece that those two gentlemen put on, I will allow it.
Okay.
Because you can't have one without the other in this case.
I don't think so.
They are intertwined together with this match, and it was glorious and beautiful bringing a tear to one's eye.
Absolutely.
As for the rest of your list, yeah, that was pretty straightforward. Let's be honest, that one was the rest were straightforward. You get an A in my book.
Yay. Fritos, pal, I hope I did you proud, man. And listen, this has been our episode for Sunday Night Stunner. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Thank you all so much. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, as well as make sure that you guys leave a comment below. What were some of your favorite moments from wrestling this week? Also, what did you guys think? Jump in the conversation with the different topics we were talking about on tonight's episode. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, we appreciate you guys. Keep those book and pencil sharp. From Coachman, from Virgil. Peace.